Welcome back. It is 1590, the last decade of the century. I am so excited and I'm just feeling so good. We got our three Sims back to life and everything is good in the world again. Let's do some rolls. So for infants, we have Aeneas Hobart, who can't get an 8 or a 16. That was not too close, but it felt close for some reason. For toddlers, we have Wyman Hobart and Bertha Waldrick. No 7, 14, or 19. Once again. Ooh, not Bertha. And then our dear Yasmina cannot get a 3 or an 18. Yasmina, don't do this to me, okay? Don't do this to me. Whew, okay. I was nervous. Okay. Yeah, that's an 8. Not a 3 or an 18. 18, 8, not the same thing. Okay, for townies, we have one birthday, it looks like, and that is Mencia Verduzco. We have a couple of babies cooking, which I'm excited about, and of course, Yasmina is doing her thing, so she's probably going to get married soon, right? I do. Honestly, it's been like a couple weeks since I recorded because of my work schedule, so I'm trying to remember exactly what was happening. But don't worry, I have notes, so let's hop into the game. So here we are in our household. Nick and Luke look so alike. I keep mixing them up. It's so funny. But anyway, it's the haircut. I swear it's the haircut. So first off, we're going to wait for it to become an acceptable time so that we can have Yasmina and everyone involved in the whole engagement marriage debacle go and meet with the queen. So it's Yasmina and Angelo and William and Lavina. So all of them have come here. You cannot see any of the women, which is just, it must be the CC, right? Like it must be the custom content that they're wearing. I mean, I hope it is so that when everybody's wearing new things, but they're all wearing different things too. I don't know. My Sims keep disappearing. Anyway, so they're coming to talk to the queen, and basically what had happened previously, in case you forget, because it's been a while for me, it hasn't been as long for you, but it's been a while for me, is that Yasmina and William came up with the plan that if she can make him whole, find him a new wife and everything, which she did in Lavina, then he would accept the situation. So now they just have to convince the queen that William and Lavina can get married and then Angelo and Yasmina can get married. So that's what they're here to talk to her about. And basically the queen is not very happy about the situation. Obviously, she did not want this to happen. She did not want to, trade out her match that she created of like a future duke and the daughter of an earl, like it was a good match, and now they're trading for like an untitled girl and an untitled, and then Yasmina's going to be with an untitled guy. So it's just really like not what she had in mind. But of course, everyone's heard by now about the whole situation with Yasmina's family and everything. So the queen basically says, okay, well, if Lavina can get a titled man to back her and give her a dowry, then that's fine. Like, they can get married, but Yasmina has to give the queen the secret to getting back to life. And so Yasmina is concerned about that. She actually kind of lies and says, like, oh, well, it was like Grimm magic. Like, you have to talk to Grimm about that. Like, she was trying to lie and get out of it because she didn't want to, she doesn't want to go out giving that information out to a lot of people because she understands how it could be used in a bad way. So the queen has agreed, but she is still skeptical about Yasmina lying about, coming back to life. So Yasmina comes home and she talks to her father. She's very glad to have her father back as someone who can help her. Plus, okay, so technically, I don't know whether, like, Nicholas should be getting the title back, but I think not. Like, he died, the title passed on. But basically she says to her father, who was an earl, like let's just say he still has the standing of one, and basically asks her father if he can, get Lavina a dowry and if he can support her and everything. And so actually Lavina is his niece. So it makes sense that he would be willing to help her. So he does. He goes and buys her a dowry. And yeah, like she's his niece. And so he is 100% willing to help her out and help her family out. So he is going to do that. And he agreed, and we're all very happy, and we're feeling good about the situation. It's just like one of those things where he's going to give it to her now. He's going to give her the dowry. You can't see her, but yeah, he is going to support his family. He's going to support his daughter. I think Nicholas is really trying to make up for some of the things that have happened in the past. He is feeling really guilty about not being there for his children and everything. So he is trying very hard to do everything he can with them. So we are just going to pop over here really quick because actually Yasmina and Angelo aren't actually engaged. But for some reason it won't let me engage them. Like it's just the exchange promise rings. I don't know what is up with that right now. There's something weird going on in my game actually. I should probably look into fixing that. But there's something weird going on where I like can't move Sims into new households. It's very strange. Anyway, we're just going to accept that and hope that no new bugs were introduced to the game during the update, which I'm playing after the update. So, and I updated my mods and stuff, so I don't know. So anyway, we're going to have a talk with the family. William II wasn't really on board with any of this, but he's just kind of got to accept it now that the queen's on board. He still doesn't really like it, but, you know, Yasmina is trying to get a little closer to him, at least to, like, because he's going to be her father-in-law, and so she is trying to have a better relationship with him and with the family because she doesn't want this whole situation to have kind of messed up the family dynamic and everything. So she is trying really hard there to make sure that the family is still, you know, feeling good. And she's excited to be like sister-in-laws with Lavina. She's excited about that too. She really likes Lavina. They're besties. So anyway, we're back home now. And we are going to just have the Sims hanging out, spending some time together. And the twins are here. The twins aren't really doing much this year because we have so much to finish wrapping up Yasmina's stuff. But the twins are very happy to be back alive, but also kind of worried about, you know, stepping back into society, kind of reuniting with some of the people they used to know. They've been kind of hesitant to get out and really just, you know, be out there and not be super worried about the fact that they came back to life, and that's weird to everybody. But anyway, we just had a baby in the Waldrick family, and she survived. So this is Joya Waldrick, and she's been born this year successfully. And then we do actually off screen at the end, the Hobart baby is born, but and she does survive as well, but we didn't do her infant role this year, so we'll do it next time. And then we'll try and get them pregnant again. All going pretty well. So there she is. And then we're going to actually next be inviting over Saphronia to introduce her to the family, especially now that they're engaged and everything. So that is what is going on here. Is look at all the sisters sitting together. I love that so much for them. But yeah, so he's going to invite Saphronia over and try and introduce her to his family and get them all to know each other and stuff so that he can see if his family likes her. So here she is. She's gorgeous. And we are going to have everybody kind of come for a meal here. And of course, nobody sits at the table like I want them to. But anyway, so I'm just going to have each family member kind of go around and chat with her. Nobody has a bad impression of her or anything. And in fact, I love that like Luke and Yasmina have been so close for so many years and everything. And so they've been so close and so happy and everything. And just the fact that Yasmina instantly becomes so close with Saphronia. I love that for them. I love that they like immediately become friends and they have good compatibility and everything. Like it's just really sweet that she just really likes this person that Luke has chosen for himself. So they're both really happy about that, and everybody is really happy to meet Saphronia. They're all very excited to have a nice easy time, less drama, right? Less drama regarding romance, which is not going to be true, but they think it's true for now. So yeah, oh my gosh, for a second there I thought she was dying, but it was the New Year's resolutions just randomly zoom in on the sim when they complete them, and that scares me every time, I swear. But yeah, so they are very happy about getting engaged, and they're looking forward to their future together, and everything is great for Luke right now. So very excited for him about that. And then I think I actually deleted this mod from my game, so that's a bummer. But what we're going to say is happening. So I'm going to have Constance come over here and use the bubble blower. But what I'm going to say is Constance has started having some like weird dreams lately. She's been starting to have some odd dreams that are kind of like seeming to come true. So like she'll wake up and like she'll have a dream about like meeting Saphronia, and then today Saphronia came over and she's like, wow, that's so weird. Like she definitely is starting to kind of have some of these psychic tendencies. Now, if you remember, Constance was born because of a spellcaster potion that was given to Damaris, and so she was born from magic, and the magic took her mother's life as payment for that. But she also like has this side effect of becoming psychic. And so she comes and talks to her father about it, because she has always been like, she was the youngest. She didn't really deal with some of the stuff that was going on earlier in her life because her father was gone, but now he's back and she's really excited about it. And so she's talking to him, and she kind of tells him like that she thinks that she might be able to like tell the future. And Nicholas is like shocked by this, but also remember his first love, Sibley. She was psychic, and so he remembers that Sibley was psychic, and he doesn't know how Constance became psychic. Like he obviously didn't know about the potion or anything, but um you know he definitely is reminded of Sibley and is very excited about that like reminder of someone that he cared about. And like he like tells Constance like it's okay, like I've known someone who like this before and everything, but he does want to talk to Arun and Watira because they are the parents of Constance's future husband, Zechariah. So he kind of calls them over so that he can talk to them and have this conversation, because he trusts them both implicitly. Like before he died, he was very close to them both. He's still very, very close to Watira, even though they are not really romantic. And he's happy that she, has found a good situation for herself, even though he doesn't quite understand why her and Arun broke up. But basically he's talking to them and he tells them like, look, like I know that, you guys know that psychic sims exist, because obviously in this world we've established vampires and spellcasters and everything. So he goes on to tell them like, look, Constance is psychic, and I have a concern because Sibley's family was always trying to like exploit her and trying to use her for their own gain. And he just wants to make sure that everyone's on the same page about protecting Constance and protecting her abilities, and maybe even keeping them secret to protect her from people who might try to, exploit that from her. So that's what they talk about. And then, obviously Arun and Watira are on board with that, but Watira kind of pulls him aside and kind of warns him that Arun has been erratic lately. Like, she left him because things had gotten really bad, and she just wants him to know that, like, he's a bit unpredictable right now, and that, obviously Nicholas is like, no, like, Arun's been great, like, everything's been great, but, like, Watira is just kind of giving him, like, the lowdown on her side of their breakup and what happened from her point of view. So Nicholas obviously feels bad because in her telling her story, he feels like he was kind of responsible in a way, because he died and then they kind of stepped in for him, and it was like the beginning of the end of their marriage. And so he does feel bad about that, but what you gonna do? So next we are going to age up Yasmina so that we can age her up so that we can get her married. So her birthday is not going to be a big deal because we're going to have her wedding today. Sorry if I'm like keep starting and stopping and saying I just have not recorded in weeks, and so I'm not used to it anymore. But I'll get back in the swing of things, even though I'm not free next week. Also, I might have to change my upload schedule, depending on how far ahead I can film and what my work schedule is like. It's just been kind of crazy lately, so we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna try to keep up this schedule for as long as I can. Anyway, so yes, she's aging up. We're all having cake. We're getting ready for the wedding. We're excited for the wedding. But I forgot, they're still not engaged. They're still not engaged. So we're going to go get them engaged, and then we can have the customized wedding event. We'll go to the church there, and we'll do the thing. So I'm really excited about that. And I know some of you have mentioned, like, oh, remarry this person, re-roll for that person. And honestly, because I have filmed so far in ahead, it's like kind of hard to go back to those things. So I'm sorry if I wasn't able to take your comments into account. But like I said, because of my work schedule and stuff, I have to start filming ahead a bit. So if you do have suggestions for me, if there's suggestions that I can do, even if a couple some years have passed, or if there maybe suggestions for like the future, that would be good. So I'm sorry if I can't get to your suggestion, but we've just gotten too far ahead of the game here. So anyway, we're here at the wedding. This is just a little church I plopped down. Actually, it doesn't really have much here, which is a little unfortunate. I'm going to have to place down like a buffet table and stuff because I did say that they should have a feast. But I'm really not trying to build up this town so much right now because we're going to be moving in, I guess 30 years is a long time, but we're going to be moving to America. And I feel like I should be spending my free time building up like the future, like pilgrim colony, rather than working more on this side of the world. So we'll see what happens there. But I did see, I forget who I'm sorry, but someone commented about like maybe moving out of the house. And I think that could be a good option. I think we could have Luke move out of the house, maybe because there's too many bad memories or something for him there. So I do think that a little bit, maybe in a couple of years when Luke is like married and everything, we'll have him move out of the house. We'll get a different house for him. So we can change our location a little bit. This didn't really work. Everybody just sat in the pews. Anyway, so they're getting married. I don't know if my game still has the glitch about moving Sims into other households, so I'm not going to mess with it. I'm just going to, just move them in manually. So Yasmina is now married to Angelo. She's very happy. Next year, at the beginning of the year, we'll marry Lavina and William. So that's all very exciting. I'm very happy for them. And everything is going pretty well. So let's go to Manage Worlds and we will see the new problem with my game. Like, look, when I try to make a new household, so here I decide instead to go to create a new household. And then look, the things are transferring is not allowed. What does that even mean? Like, seriously, I don't even know what that means. But I guess we'll just move her in there. There's not really enough room for all of her babies. So I don't know what is up with that. But whatever. Anyway, we are going to do this thing where we are going to change their color. So the color gray is available. So we're going to use the color gray. And that is going to be the De Mohun family color. So here they are. I also cannot tell what color is gray in this outfit. I guess we're going to go with a dark gray for him. But yeah, so everyone is feeling good. The dog is snoring behind me and it's so cute. Oh my gosh. Also, like, Neighborhood Stories is like not turning off when I turn it off. I don't know what is going on with this game. It just becomes more and more broken every patch, every update, every new pack. But I'm excited about the new pack. I want it so bad, you guys, but I'm trying to hold off. I'm trying to be patient. I really just like cannot be patient, but I'm trying to be patient because I want to, mods to get updated and people to come out with reviews and stuff of it. It did come out yesterday for me. So, yeah, I'm excited though. I want it. And I think it would be so great. Like, funerals, wills, all those cool things. I love it. It'll go perfectly in with our game. I think maybe like in I'm trying to think too of like what I'm gonna do when we're like not historical, when we're like kind of modern decades, and I feel like we'll play a bit more with some of the other worlds because they have more modern stuff in them, and then like we can really explore some different things in the game. Like maybe we can do, we'll get all the aspirations done and everything, but like maybe we'll do like a not so berry or like something that we can use to play with the game in modern times and make it not feel kind of boring. I don't know, like what's the difference between modern and historical gameplay, right? Like there are rules and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, we're so far away from that right now. I don't know why I'm even thinking about it, but anyway. So then we're back home. We're back home, and Nicholas is basically going to have a conversation with Constance and be like, look, we need to talk about your powers. I think you should keep them to yourself. I think you shouldn't mention it to anybody, except for our family and the Venian family. Like, you really should be keeping it to yourself and your future husband. And we're just going to, try and protect you from anyone who is trying to exploit you, at least until you're a little older, so that you feel like you have, you can't be like taken advantage of, at least until she's married, so that she has her husband to protect her, even though that's like the thinking of the time, like they would think that she can't really take care of herself, which is not true, obviously, but that's the way it is. So anyway, that is, yeah, I think that's the last thing that happens this year. Then we're going to start working on birthdays. It gets a little confusing, but for birthdays this year, we have Aeneas Hobard becoming an infant, Wymond Hobard becoming a toddler, Bertha Waldrick passing away. The Waldricks are just having such bad luck lately. Yasmina, now de Mohun, becoming a young adult, Mencia Verduzco becoming a teenager, Joya Waldrick becoming an infant, and then Angelo de Mohun, we did have to age him up and make him into a young adult so that he could get married, and then just removing him from the like townie tracker list. So that's where we're at. And then we're going to carry on. So next year, what is happening next year? Next year we have lots of Hobart and Waldrick babies, Lavina aging up so that we can get her married, and yeah, so not a ton of, Celestria is going to age up. Okay, it's been a while for her since we've seen her, so that'll be that. So I hope you guys are excited to continue going on with this decade, and I'll catch you in the next one.